Congratulations.
Thank you.
Must feel pretty good right now.
Yeah, it feels great anytime you can get a title at this level, and my first 250 title. Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's killing me.
sorry.
It's so good.
We'll do this. You were in the photos, right?
Yeah, first 250 title and first title on clay. I'm really excited going in the rest of the clay season after this.
So you started the third set badly as a guy could with a couple double faults. He thought he had you at that point. He said, what goes through your mind and how did you turn that around so quickly? Because you played 4 incredible points right after 2 aces.
Yeah, I think sometimes it takes something negative to wake you up a little bit. And I think those 2 points definitely kind of woke me up. From there, I think I went, backhand winner off a tough first ball return, unreturnable serve, and then maybe ace-ace or unreturnable ace. So
You had 2 aces, yeah.
Yeah, really picked it up from there, and that kind of just set the tone for the rest of the set, that it was going to be tough to break me, that I wasn't going away, and that I was confident, even though I had some hiccups on the day. Had some double fault issues, and not everything was perfect, but I thought I competed really well down the stretch.
Well, it is that last set and finished with 2 love service games. It's got to have been as good as you've ever served at this level, right?
Yeah, I think this was a great serving week for me. I definitely figured out a few things that are going to help me through the rest of the year, not just this week. And I think it's always great to be able to finish out serving like that and holding like that. I take a lot of pride in being able to hold, and the men's game is a server's game. And so to be able to finish out 8 points in a row on serve today, I think is kind of representation of what I was about this week and how I was playing.
Of course, if you don't break him, it doesn't matter, but you broke him as many times today as he'd been broken in every match he had played here before today. Twice.
Wow.
He'd been broken twice in his last 7 matches.
Yeah, he's definitely been serving really well. A tough guy to break. He does a great job with his slider on the surface, taking you off the court, and he also has the flat serve that he can go to keep you honest. So not an easy guy to break, especially with all the tools he has to back up his serve. And I definitely had to dig deep to get those 2 breaks today.
You were very gracious on the court afterwards. You thanked him for everything he had contributed, helped you as a young guy. I mean, could you talk a little bit about, because he said that he reached out to you as soon as you got on the tour, and you're not he's what, 4 years older,
Right?
You weren't close, but I mean, it sounded like you really did kind of reach out and you seek his advice a little.
Yeah, you see him in public as this funny guy, goofy guy who's always smiling, but he's actually really thoughtful. Just a good guy to be around and kind of look up to, as I was just coming on the scene and hadn't played any tournaments before. That whole group that's had so much success. Riley, Tommy, Frances, Taylor. You don't usually see a group of prodigies like that actually come through and all make it on the main tour. And so they're kind of, for American tennis, something to look at, kind of a blueprint of how they came up, the things that they did, tournaments they played, and their evolution as players. I know that everyone's evolution isn't the same. And there's certainly a lot of talented guys with intangibles that not everyone has, but they kind of, set the table for this liftoff that American tennis has had. And Frances has been a huge part of that, but also a huge part of this movement of getting people of color into tennis. He's a huge advocate for it, and he has his own charity now, or organization, and he does a lot of good work behind the scenes that I think he probably doesn't get as much credit for as he should.
First time that 2 Black American men have played for an ATP championship. Care to, can you weigh in on the historical significance of that?
Come again?
I said,
first time ever?
First time ever that 2 Black American men have played for an ATP championship.
Wow, yeah, I mean, that's definitely a really historical moment. Kind of funny because I'm so light-skinned, but but yeah, a really cool moment, I think, for both of us. Obviously, it's gonna sting for him not going back to back here, being a place that he loves to play and has played so well. Like you said, only getting broken 2 times in 7 matches. But yeah, I think these moments that I've gotten to experience in the last year and a half and been a part of, playing him in the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open, it seems like every time that we play, it's a big moment and a blockbuster match. So hopefully we have a lot more in our careers.
You followed in your dad's footsteps. What did he tell you afterwards?
We haven't really had a huge chance to sit down and talk. He said the congratulations and you were tough out there today. Way to compete and take it from him at the end. But I guess we'll see what else he has to say on the car ride to the airport.
I think when he won in '92, I don't think they were jumping into the pool. So
Yes, I guess I have that on him.
You can ask him about that. What were you discussing with him on the court before you started the third set? You seemed to be in a pretty intense conversation.
Yeah, I just, I was having a little bit of trouble figuring out how to get ahead on the return of serve, and I wasn't really thinking too much about my serve. I thought that, if I serve the way that I can and play the games how I should be able to hold every time in that third set. And honestly, it's ironic because the first game was a little choppy, but after that I kind of hit my stride. But he was just kind of telling me positionally or where I should position myself on the return, first serve and second, and what returns I should try to hit, and kind of my strategy of setting up the point on the deuce side versus the ad side.
Very strategic conversation.
Exactly, yeah. So I had some questions where I was like, well, you don't think this? And he gave me his thoughts, and I was able to break Foe's second service game. So I guess something.
You play the game with great energy and positivity.
Thanks.
How do you play with emotion without being emotional?
Yeah, I think it's important to manage expectations, kind of control how highs your highs are and how low your lows are. And for me, it's being able to choose my moments to ramp up my emotions, ramp up my voice, and make the other guy feel pressure from the way that I'm playing and the passion that I'm playing with, but also be able to let myself make some mistakes and not have to have negative outbursts just because I'm having positive ones also. I think that I'm learning how to, gain something on the positive side, but not also lose something on the negative side. And I think that once I fully figure that out, that'll be the emotion that I want to be showing on the court, and that'll just be, me as a person and a player when I'm out there.
Congrats again, Ben. How this affects your mentality going into the clay court season in Europe, in the way that you're not a typical clay courter and you're adapting and you see that your game plan still works?
Yeah, I think, clay court is a lot about movement, right? I think if you look at my game, I have a high bouncing serve, I have a heavy forehand, I like to think I'm pretty athletic. I like to come forward at the net, and I volleyed exceptionally well this week. You need to be able to have some finishing skills at the net because it's tougher to win points just hitting winners from the baseline. So for me, I see that the game is there, and my game is actually well suited for clay because I like being able to have time. I like the ball sitting up a little higher. So for me, it's figuring out the movement piece, and that just takes time. That's what these next 2 weeks are for, to really hone in those movement skills, the sliding skills, hitting the ball on the run, sliding through the ball, knowing when not to slide. So I think that that's going to be a big piece of my development on clay, and I have a mentality of, okay, yeah, I can play with these guys on this surface. I'm comfortable on this surface this year versus last year. I kind of came in like a deer in headlights, not really knowing what to expect and kind of just out there trying to learn.
So last question.
Hey, how are you going to celebrate?
I'm going to celebrate by getting home as quickly as possible. This is my second title, and I was actually flying the night that I won Tokyo also, but there I was flying to Vienna to play a couple days later, which may or may not have been a smart move. I was pretty dead when I got to Vienna, but yeah, I'm flying home tonight and hopefully, celebrate with some friends tomorrow after I get some sleep.
Congratulations.
It's home in Gainesville?
What'd you say?
Where is home?
Yeah, Gainesville.
Specifically.
Yeah,
Gainesville.
yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks, everyone.
Come back and see us.
Thanks, man.
After you won the French Open.
No.